Normally this stage here I've got a lot of nice puppy fat on me and I'm not as cold at the minute. I'm absolutely freezing constantly, low on calories compared to normally at this time of year. Big Tommy, heavyweight champion UFC, is coming to see us today. We popped down to his gym a few months ago, didn't we? And went to see him. We've done a little session with him and that. Had to scram with him after because didn't have no fight coming up. We won't be going for no scram today. I'm strict on diet, lad, hard on diet, and I don't think he can train because of his eye, lad. We'll have to see what his eye's like, lad. I'm fucking intrigued, especially after everyone giving him so much shit. Obviously he's got a bad injury in his eye. It just shows how fickle the MMA fan base is.
You good? You look a lot leaner last time I seen you.
Oh yeah, last time I seen you, lad. Fucking now. Funniest when I come to your gym, lad. When I come to yours, I'd been out the night before, lad, to watch fucking Springsteen, lad, and got in at about 4:30 in the morning.
You know that mural after you spoke about it? Yeah. She was a massive outcry in the town. Gotta get it down.
Take it down. Still going though. It's going strong, isn't it? It's been a bit of a long process because with eyes, like with other injuries, they just fix them straight away. With eyes, they try and let them, because it's obviously risky, try and let them heal naturally. So we're getting surgery on this eye, keeping me out for a little bit. Not sure how long just yet though. So got a meeting about it soon. So it's just been a slow process. It's been a nightmare to be honest.
Mate, 3 times he did it in 1 round.
I know.
I think the point of the thing should be sacked off. Just if you do twice in a round, then I get to do 1 back. I reckon that makes it. Mate, they're the best one. Why is that? That's fair though, isn't it? First one's an accident, second one, you're doing it on purpose, aren't you?
I train with little gloves on anyway, as you've just seen. I don't stand like that.
No. I do think his grappling's good though, Harmon.
His grappling is good, he's got good wrestling. But that's his main thing, is wrestling. And he wouldn't be able to hold me down and just lie on top of me.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it, the grappling matchup?
It would.
It'd be good.
He's got one on how the people have fought, lad. He beat Dariush's about 48. A lot of people don't think he beat Charles. I was me included when we watched it live. I thought Charles won. And then he fought fucking Dan Hooker, lad, who's, let's be honest, shite. The last person I beat knocked Dan Hooker out in a round.
Well, me and Paddy have known each other for a long time, so on a personal level, Paddy's a great guy, and it's great to see like good people doing good stuff. But from like a UK MMA point of view, like for such a small place, can have 4 champions. It's absolutely unbelievable. Well, it's a dangerous fight for Paddy, but I think it's winnable. It's definitely winnable, and I think Paddy's gonna get a finish.
Tom Aspinall quietly showing up at Paddy Pimblett's training camp says a lot. This isn't just a friendly visit, it's respect, belief, and real fight energy ahead of Paddy's clash with Justin Gaethje. Aspinall watching up close adds pressure, confidence, and a reminder that everybody's eyes are on this moment before the biggest test of his career begins.
Tough matchup, you know. I think 5 rounds. This is the common take. Everybody gonna say that, not only me. But if Justin Gaethje doesn't stop him on the beginning, he's going to lose. I think everybody thinks like that, and I think Paddy Pimblett will beat Justin Gaethje. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think he's gonna submit him, bro.
But I don't think the odds are right.
What are the odds right
Paddy
now?
Pimblett minus 200 or minus 250.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't
it should be closer.
That should be even, right?
I don't think so. I think
No?
I think Justin Gaethje is the perfect matchup for Paddy, bro. You know, he's a tough guy. He can brawl, but Paddy hasn't been chinned before, right?
A big part of their talk was about fans and pressure. Tom explained how winning fast sets unrealistic standards and how people panic when fights are close or take time. Paddy related to that and backed him, saying fans jump on and off depending on the last result.
They jump on and off bandwagons, fans, lad. Like everyone loved me after I beat Jordan Lever, and then when I've had that close fight with Jared Gordon, everyone hated me. And then now people are back on the bandwagon, so it's one of them. You just gotta get on with it. Tom will come back and fucking knock Dan out, and then everyone will be sucking his ass again. That's just the way the world is, especially MMA fans. Very, very fickle. But sports fans in general, so it's one of them. You loved 1 minute, you hated the next, and then you loved again.
Mate, you know what I think a lot of the time? My success, my record that I've got and finishing fights really quick, like if I don't finish the fight in the first minute, people think I'm looking shit. Yeah, people are like, oh shit, he's not looking good today. It's like, well, no, we're just evenly matched and we're having a fight. I've not punched him properly yet. It's been pretty smooth sailing as far as fans with me and stuff, but the tide has turned. But I've got a lot of good stuff as well. It's not all bad. But you know what, mate? It's just thickened my skin up a little bit.
They also talked about injuries and how fans react to them. Tom explained how eye injuries are tricky, slow, and stressful because doctors do not rush decisions. Paddy clearly felt for him and pointed out how quickly quickly fans turn when something goes wrong. They both agreed that one bad moment is enough for people to forget everything you have done before.
Especially after everyone giving him so much shit. Obviously he's got a bad injury in his eye. It just shows how fickle the MMA fan base is.
Beautiful gym. I've seen it a lot on pictures and stuff, but yeah, proper stuff. Smells like a gym. It's a bit arty, isn't it? I like it, mate. Nice.
Good lad, good lad. Got black socks on.
How are we doing?
What's he done anyway? Oh, it's on.
Hey, Paddy.
Oh, it's on. Good.
You good? You look a lot leaner last time I seen you.
Oh yeah, last time I seen you, lad. Fucking now. Funniest when I come to your gym, lad. When I come to yours, I'd been out the night before, lad, to watch fucking Springsteen, lad, and got in at about 4:30 in the morning.
You know that mural after you spoke about it?
Yeah.
She was a massive outcry in the town. Gotta get it down.
Take it down. Still going though. It's going strong, isn't it? Been a bit of a long process because with eyes, like with other injuries, they just fix them straight away. With eyes, they try and let them, because it's obviously risky, try and let them heal naturally. So we're getting surgery on this eye, keeping me out for a little bit. Not sure how long just yet though. So got a meeting about it soon. So it's just been a slow process, been a nightmare to be honest.
He also talked about Paddy's upcoming fight. Tom made it clear that the matchup is risky, but very doable. From a UK MMA point of view, they both saw it as a moment that matters bigger than just one win. Paddy clearly took confidence from having someone like Tom believe in what he is building.
Stand up and out in a round.
Well, me and Paddy have known each other for a long time, so on a personal level, Paddy's a great guy, and it's great to see like good people doing good stuff. But from like a UK MMA point of view, like for such a small place, can have 4 champions. It's absolutely unbelievable. Well, it's a dangerous fight for Paddy, but I think it's winnable. It's definitely winnable, and I think Paddy's gonna get a finish.
On the other hand, Justin made it clear he plans to beat Paddy and mess up the storyline fans are already chasing. He talked about how people want to see Paddy move on to a bigger fight, the same way fans once waited forever for Tony and Khabib. Justin's point was simple. He knows what the crowd wants, and he is going into this fight to stop it from ever happening. He also showed confidence in being the one who ruins expectations. Instead of trying to please fans or play along with the hype, he embraced being the spoiler. He made it clear he expects to win and take satisfaction in breaking the plan everyone else has already written for Paddy. Chael Sonnen also gave his opinion, but his main point regarding Paddy versus Justin was not about picking sides. It was about what the fight is being used for. He reacted to the idea that the winner of Paddy and Justin could be treated like a stepping stone to the title picture. He clearly did not like that framing at all. To him, tying this fight directly to a #1 contender situation takes something away from what the fight is supposed to mean on its own.
There's a suggestion in a piece I just read that the winner of Max and Charles becomes the #1 contender and takes on the winner of Paddy and Justin. Now, I believe the author of this statement was Paddy himself, that Paddy was making a suggestion. You may say, well, then, Chael, we should take it with a grain of salt. Paddy's performing, but if Paddy becomes champion, if the champion ever calls somebody out, that fight usually happens. It's very rare that champions call somebody out. Ozdemir fought for a world title because Daniel Cormier called him out. I mean, just for example, it's not common that the champion goes and looks for a fight. The champion gets called out by 2 or 3 or 4 different guys, and you start looking around at who's the #1 kid. Right? Do you understand my point?
Chael also explained that this fight is linked to the BMF belt conversation, and in his eyes, that belt should never be used as a shortcut to something else. He sees it as rare because it does not happen often. Once you start treating it like a ranking tool, it loses that edge and that uniqueness.
I think in many ways, much like the Olympic Games, it has the ability to be valued as a more coveted belt because of the scarcity. Now, that's a conversation that isn't my point right now. I'm just bringing to you, that's how I feel. When they do a BMF match, it's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal. The first time they ever did it, the president came and The Rock came. And they held it at the Mecca Madison Square Garden. This is the first time they ever did it. The last time they did it was Dustin Poirier's retirement fight, completely sold out, and the governor of the state showed up to watch. I'm just saying, it's a big deal. When they do the BMF belt, it's a big deal. So I don't want it used as a number one contender's belt. I don't want it used as something you get something else.
He also acknowledged that Paddy's thinking ahead makes sense, especially with the title picture being messy. If a champion is out or inactive, fighters naturally start looking for other paths. From Chael's view, Paddy is simply planning for success and making sure he has options ready if things fall his way.
In a suspected world, the winner of Paddy Gaethje will fight Ilya. That is what we expect is going to happen. But we never thought that Ilya was going to be out in the first place. We never thought that we were going to be to this spot in the first place. So Paddy's not wrong to be looking for an opponent not named Ilya with his expected victory. And I mean expected by himself. He expects to be in a position that he's going to need to contest. All right.
The prediction made by James Lynch is also not so much about calling the winner as it is about where this fight sits within the context of the moment. In the opinion of James Lynch, this fight is a true test for Paddy and not a shortcut. He makes it clear that if Paddy gets past Justin, there should be no complaints about him fighting for a title next. He still thinks Arman deserves a shot on merit, but beating Justin would answer all questions about whether Paddy truly belongs at the top.
Good test for Paddy Pimblett. Listen, Paddy Pimblett gets past Justin Gaethje. You're not going to hear me complain once about him fighting for a title here soon. I still think Arman should be first, but I don't have any problem if Paddy Pimblett goes out there and beats Justin Gaethje of him fighting for the title next. That's totally fine with me. Don't have an issue with that whatsoever. And I think for Gaethje, again, I don't want to see Gaethje just retire waiting up for a title shot that never comes. I think this is good for Gaethje. Again, I do feel like the UFC, put him in a tough spot with him taking the Holloway fight and him losing that fight. I think we should reward Gaethje.
Lynch also breaks this down as a fair deal for Justin. Since he got to help the UFC out in the past and is still competing at a high level, he feels as if he deserves this shot. Although he isn't saying Justin is washed, this is a chance for both men to get their biggest test to date, or a chance to get back in the running for a shot at the title.
I mean, Gaethje's still getting good wins. Like, he beat Fiziev, like he's, again, we're not that far removed from him beating Dustin Poirier, which, everyone raved about Poirier's performance against Islam. Gaethje was the last guy to finish him, right? So that's super impressive. So yeah, I just think UFC, listen, I criticize the UFC a lot about some of their decisions. I think this is a good move with the circumstances involved.
And the other experts gave their predictions about the fight directly, without talking about future competitors, like Nick Pete, who relied heavily on the legacy of Justin, referring to him as a proven legend who had an unbelievable career, but still insists that it's at that particular point that Paddy takes over. Nick was convinced that Paddy finished Justin early, be it by knockout or submission, and did not see the fight going past the second round. At the same time, Michel Bisping acknowledged the danger. He pointed out that Justin can wrestle, defend takedowns, and still has serious power on the feet. He also brought up the Max Holloway knockout to show that Justin is no longer untouchable, but he did not dismiss him completely. Bisping gave his prediction on his own channel as well, and it shows how people are likely to try to rationalize a Paddy Pimblett victory before it even occurs. Bisping says that Paddy is probably expecting excuses like the fact that Justin is getting on in years, or that he's past his best. He doesn't completely disagree, but goes on to say that Justin has been fighting in good form recently and isn't washed UP even with the recent knockout loss. But Bisping also believes that Paddy will be fighting Justin at the best possible moment. Bisping points out Justin's knockout record and also tells his audience that Justin has been finished before. Bisping isn't belittling Justin, but as Bisping puts it, the mileage that Justin has gained over the years can't be ignored. He does all that without trashing Justin. He speaks about Justin's losses and explains that there's nothing to hide as all his losses came at the hands of elite fighters. Paul Felder broke down the styles of both fighters. He does not think Paddy can repeat the same approach he used against Michael Chandler. He feels Chandler's reckless style allowed Paddy to control that fight, while Justin is much tighter and smarter in close range. Felder points out that Justin Justin still gets hit, but he does far more damage in exchanges and does not make the same big mistakes Chandler does. Even with that concern, Felder does not rule Paddy out at all. He believes Paddy keeps improving every time we see him, especially physically and in his striking. Felder also feels Justin's age and wear matter here, and that this timing favors Paddy more than people admit. In his view, this fight mostly stays on the feet, where the danger goes both ways. Renato Moicano said this matchup is dangerous, but he truly believes Paddy has a real path to winning. He thinks that if Justin cannot end the fight early, things could get difficult for him. Renato sees Paddy as strong and very sharp on the ground, someone who knows how to take advantage late. He feels Paddy's submissions do not get enough respect and could catch Justin off guard. Renato also said the betting odds do not show how competitive this fight really is. In his view, this should be much closer on paper. He pointed out that Paddy is young, tough, and has never been stopped, which makes him extremely hard to deal with. To Renato, Justin is facing an opponent who is not easy to finish at all. This fight looks like it's going to be fast, intense, and possibly end before the final bell. Let us know in the comments who you're picking. Are you going with Justin's experience and power, or Paddy's sharp skills and smart game plan?